In this video, we are going to explore some mathematical concepts called displacement and density. So let's go ahead and take a look. Well, displacement is the increase in volume of a liquid when an object is added to the liquid. The increase is equal to the volume. So one thing that we want to talk about here in terms of displacement is just volume based on the increase. If I had a cup of water and I were to put a rock in that cup of water, the amount that it increases is part of the displacement, but I'm going to find the volume. So I have to use a volume formula. And we'll look at another example. Well, density, we measure how dense something is. And my formula for that is mass divided by volume. So m over v. Now my units for mass are grams, and my units for volume are centimeters cubed. So the units for density are we typically see as grams per centimeters cubed. An interesting thing is that you can compare like gold and silver and fake gold and those kinds of things by calculating their density. Because gold has a specific density, copper has a specific density. So rocks and those kinds of things, minerals, they have specific density. And sometimes we use that number, or we use the density, to be able to identify those things. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at this example. So a piece of metal weighing 327.4 grams is dropped into a cylindrical tank, causing the water to rise 1.6 centimeters. The radius of the base of the tank is 7 centimeters. So let's start with a sketch. We have the cylindrical tank. It tells me that the radius is 7 centimeters. Right now it's at some certain level. I'm not sure how much, but it doesn't matter. It's at some certain level. And then when we drop in this piece of metal, so there's our piece of metal we drop in, the water level rises. So now the water level is up to here. Well, this difference in the water level rises is 1.6. So if I want to find the displacement or the volume, because I dropped it into a cylindrical tank, I'm still going to use my volume formula for a cylinder, which is pi r squared times the height. So the pi stays. The radius, well, that's the radius of the cylinder, which is 7 squared, and the height is the increase. Well, it changed or increased by 1.6. I'm going to go ahead and find out what this is as a decimal. So I'm going to take pi times 7 squared, which is 49, times 1.6, and I get 246.176 centimeters cubed. So there's the displacement. The last thing it wanted me to find was the density. Well, my formula for density is the mass divided by the volume. And the mass, so the weight of this, is 327.4 grams over my volume, which is 246.176 centimeters cubed. So I'm going to take 327.4 on my calculator and divide it by 246.176. And I get 1.33, and my units are grams per centimeter cubed. So there you go. That's how you find displacement and density.